Okay, good morning all. In today's lecture, we will see or will focus on the physical layer. Okay, so we will see the physical layer standardization of IEEE 802.11, that is IEEE 802.11 standard. In the last lecture, we have seen protocol architecture. If you remember that protocol or architecture, so in which we saw that IEEE standardized with only physical layer and the MAC layer. Okay, so in today's lecture, we will focus on physical layer. Okay, so as we have discussed in the last lecture, that is IEEE standardizes or it defines three versions of physical layer. Okay, so three different transmission technologies, out of which two of them are based on the radio frequency. Okay, that means in the typical frequency band of ISM, that is ISM 2.4 gigahertz band. Okay, and one transmission technology follows the infrared transmission. Okay, so although infrared transmission is now outdated and it is rarely used, so it is still supported by 802.11 standard. Okay, for communication inside the wireless LAN. Okay, so infrared transmission technology जो है, that uses frequency whose wavelength is associated with around 850 to 950 nanometer. Okay, so in case of infrared, we are talking about the wavelength and rather than frequency. Okay, so infrared is always work with the wavelength, so we rarely mention the frequency here. So infrared ranges are mentioned in terms of its wavelength. So wavelength should be in between this given range. Okay, so it uses basically a diffuse light for communication. That means data is used or data is communicated rather via a diffuse light, and that is known as infrared, and which can communicate over a typically range of 10 meter or 10-meter range. Okay, so here range of infrared is very short, though it is given here as a 10 meter, but you might have seen the infrared devices. You need to keep those infrared devices in line of sight. Okay, so it has a very short length. Okay, so with the line of sight अगर आप रखते हो तो, so that is actually this kind of devices are outdated and not mainly used by the wireless LAN because of its several drawbacks. Okay, so we are not going to talk much on this on infrared. Okay, so job of the physical layer in this particular technology is the helping of carrier detection. Okay, I'm talking about infrared carrier detection, then energy detection, synchronization. Okay, then sensing and or sensing of presence of carrier, whether carrier is present or not. So that's the help that is done by the physical layer to the MAC layer. Then the detecting of energy and doing the synchronization of receiver and different frames, all of which tasks are done by these two layers also, that is a physical layer and a MAC layer. So details of these tasks we will discuss in these two layers, that is the physical layer and the MAC layer. Okay, so since infrared is rarely used, we will not discuss much on infrared. Okay, so now the other two layers, which are radio layers, are having two different types. Okay, we will see those types. Okay, we'll see those type. The first one is based on FHSS, that is frequency hopping space spectrum, and second is based on DSSS, that is direct sequence space spectrum. These are frequency based technologies. So both these technologies we have studied already in the first chapter. So that is our means the frequency hopping space spectrum also we have studied, and direct sequence spread spectrum also we have studied. So different network are separated. Like suppose I am having two networks, one is BSS1 and BSS2. Suppose this we have already seen in previous lecture, that this is basic service set 1, basic service set 2. Okay, so we have seen that in the last lecture also, all are connected to a access point, individual ones, and that are ultimately connected via a distribution center or distribution system. Okay, so although they are connected to the different access points and they are part of the same, they might be a part of the same wireless LAN or a different wireless LAN. Okay, so how they will be differ from each other, that is decided by these two layers, means that is decided by either the FHSS and BSSS. Okay, if both are using the different physical level, then they will be part of a different basic service set. Okay, so let's see these two रेडियो लेयर्स वन बाय वन. FHSS का इस फिजिकल लेयर में कैसे इस्तेमाल होता है एंड DSSS का इस फिजिकल लेयर में कैसे इस्तेमाल होता है, that we will see. Okay, so physical layer based on FHSS. Okay, first we will see that. So now as we know, frequency hopping spectrum is nothing but the changing the frequency during the transmission, that we have already seen. So now FHSS in this particular case of wireless LAN, that is allows for coexistence of multiple networks in the same area. It is allows for coexistence of multiple networks in the same area. Okay, by separating different networks using different hopping sequence. Okay, now as we just now seen that if there are two basic service set, suppose BSS1 and BSS2. Okay, now these two will use the different radio frequency, but if they are a part of suppose same network, then they may use the same radio frequencies. Okay, but there will be a hopping sequence, and that hopping sequence will be different. Okay, what is hopping sequence? The way in which the data will jump from one frequency to another frequency. So that particular pattern will change from BSS to BSS, that is basic service set 1 to basic service set 2. Okay, so different BSS, that is basic service sets, are separated by hopping sequences. Okay, a sequence in which the data will jump from one frequency to another frequency. Okay, so how many such frequencies are standardized by IEEE here? So in the original standard, there are 79 hopping channels are defined for North America and Europe. Okay, that means user can jump from one frequency to another frequency in 79 different frequencies are available. Okay, for hopping sequence. Okay, and 23 for Japan. Okay, so in Japan, a user data can jump from one to another frequency in 23 different frequencies. Okay, so out of these 23 different frequencies, data can jump from one frequency to any other frequency. Okay, so this is a standard which is followed in Europe and America, 79 in Europe and America, and 23 in Japan. Okay, so all other countries follows either a European or American standard. Of most of the countries follows these American and European standards. Even India is also following the European and American standards. 79 different frequencies are available. Okay, and some countries may follow the Japanese standard. Okay, the maximum transmit power, which is standardized for different regions like US, it is somewhere 1 watt in US. Okay, so it is sufficient for transmission in US, like, and 100 milliwatt. Okay, with in Europe, because in Europe it specifies transmission power in terms of one particular EIRP. So this EIRP stands for equivalent isotropic radiated power. Okay, that means isotropic in all direction. Okay, and it will radiate with 100 milliwatt. So there in Europe it is different, that is 100 milliwatt power, whereas in US it is 1 watt. Okay, so that is the Europe, and 10 milliwatt and Japan का रह गया, तो so 10 milliwatt in Japan. Okay, that is 10 milliwatt per megahertz power is required in Japan. Okay, so different countries follows different transmission power standards. Okay, okay. So as we can see, these are the functions related to what the frequency hopping channels, what are the number of frequency hopping channels, and what is the transmission power required, that we have seen. Okay. So we have seen that the different number of hopping channels, what are the number of frequency hopping channels, what is the transmission power. So it is also standardized. Then the main parties, modulation and demodulation, data rate क्या होता है, that we will see. So modulation scheme जो रहता है, which is standardized by IEEE, is here GFSK for FHSS physical layer. Okay. Now GFSK stands for Gaussian Shape Frequency Shift Key. Okay, and this is the frequency of hopping speed spectrum. So it is common sense that GFSK will be the ideal choice. The GFSK का जो details है, that details are right now not a part of our syllabus, so we will not discuss more on GFSK. But the modulation scheme which is used is GFSK in FHSS physical layer of wireless LAN. Okay, so it has two types which is standardized by IEEE. एक है उसमें से 2 लेवल GFSK and दूसरा है 4 लेवल GFSK. Okay, now a 2 level GFSK will provide the data rate of 1 Mbps, whereas 4 level GFSK provide the data rate of 2 Mbps. Okay, what is 2 level GFSK and what is 4 level GFSK? यहाँ पे 2 level GFSK means one bit is mapped to one frequency. So suppose so user data जो रहेगा, that user data will jump from one frequency to another frequency. So a single bit is mapped to only one frequency. So suppose F1 is one frequency, F2 is another frequency. Okay, so one will jump from, means suppose the first bit will first jump from F1 to F2. So suppose अगर bit है 0, so that 0 will come from F1 or jump from F1 to F2 and so on. एक एक frequency पे वो jump करते जाएगा. Okay, so each individual bit will jump from one frequency to another frequency one by one, and in 4 level GFSK 2 bits are mapped to one frequency. Okay, in 2 level GFSK only single bit is mapped, that is one bit is mapped to one frequency, whereas in 4 level GFSK 2 bits are mapped to one frequency. Okay, so in 4 level GFSK individual bits will not jump from one frequency to another frequency, rather 2 bits will combine, like suppose 10, 01, 11 likely bits are combined, and each one will come from suppose F1 to F3, suppose F1 to F2 to F3, ऐसे वो jump करते जाएंगे, but 2 bits will jump at single instant of time. Okay, so in the bunch of 2 frequency jumping will happen, so that is for level 4 GFSK. Okay, with the 2 Mbps data rate. So data rates of 1 Mbps is mandatory. Okay, so anyone who wishes to implement a wireless LAN using FHSS technology, you have to test to provide a data rate of at least 1 Mbps, so that is 1 megabyte per second. And if you want to transmit a higher data rate than 2 Mbps, option is there. Okay, So this is regarding the data rate modulation. We have seen transmission power. We have seen number of hopping channels. We have seen. So if you observe all these functions, okay, are of one PMD sublayer of physical layer. So there are functions of PMD sublayer of the physical layer. So physical layer has another sublayer, that is PLCP. Okay, so वहाँ पे दो sublayer हुआ करते थे physical layer में, if you remember last lecture. Okay, one is the PMD sublayer and another is the PLCP. Okay, so we'll now see the functions of PLCP layer. Okay, and what is the standard regarding those functions, that we are going to see. So now PLCP functions we have seen in the last lecture. Okay, now it decides a typical packet format. So FHSS physical layer packet format is shown. So that means a format in which the data will be transmitted is decided by PLCP. So PLCP defines a packet format that should be followed for communication. So as you can see, a frame structure is shown over here, the particular PLCP FHSS packet format. Okay, so PLCP frame structure is shown, in which the payload is nothing but the user data, which may be a fragmented one also. So that means user data may be divided into small fragments also. Then it consists of the PLCP header part, okay, and a PLCP preamble part. Okay, so a frame consists of this. So this is combiningly called as a frame, complete frame. A frame consists of preamble part, PLCP header, and in the payload, that is a user data. Okay, so that is called as a payload. Okay, so let's see bits or what are the different fields in this particular frame. So each and every frame starts with the synchronization bits. Okay, so there are total 80 defined, or 80 bits are defined for FHSS based physical layer synchronization bits. Okay, so 80 bits are synchronization bits, which are the first 80 bits. So these are used for synchronization of potential receivers. Okay, that means the access point will synchronize with the receiver, or they may be synchronized with the transmitter also. Okay, so this synchronization happens during the first 80 bits. Okay, so so in that particular, during this particular time, that means during the first transmission of 80 bits, during that particular time period, the signal detection or medium access detection, okay, signal detection or medium access detection, or signal for detecting medium will be provided by the physical layer. Okay, so this signal is called as a CCA signal. This signal is called as a CCA signal. Okay, so CCA is generated and provided during the first 80 synchronization bits. Okay, so during this 80 bits, CCA signal is provided for MAC layer. Okay, to sense whether the medium is free or not. Okay, so these are 80 synchronization bits. So there is a fixed pattern to it. So there are alternate zeros and ones given. So total number of bits are 80. So 40 zeros and 40 ones means 0 and 1 alternately given. 40 is zeros and combined with 40 ones. Okay, so then the next field is SFD. Okay, that SFD is nothing but which is a 16-bit field. Here you can see it is a 16-bit field. Here SFD stands for start frame delimiter. Now once synchronization with the receiver is done, the actual frame will start. That means it is indicated by start frame delimiter. From here actual frame will start. Okay, so what does it indicate? So it indicates the start of the frame and provides the frame synchronization. So if your data or user data is large, which is usually the case, so it will be divided into small fragments. Okay, so each fragment will be associated with the preamble and the header part. So all the frames are synchronized with each other using the start frame delimiter. Okay. So all the frames are synchronized with each other with the start frame delimiter. So remember here, the synchronization bits are for user synchronization, that is the receiver synchronization, whereas SFD is used afterwards because it is used for frame synchronization. Okay, so first frame should be synchronized with the first frame of the transmitter and the receiver. Okay, so the pattern of this SFD is also the fixed one, whereas okay, so the transmitter and receiver frames are synchronized with the SFD. Then the next field is PLW. Okay, so this constitute of part of the PLCP preamble. The preamble consists of synchronization and SFD, that is total 96 bits. In the start, the header part, these are total 96 bits. Then start the header part, PLCP header from here, which is a total 32 bits, 12 plus 4, 16 plus 16, total 32 bit PLCP header is there. Okay, so in this header part, first 12 bits are PLW bits. PLW stands for PLCP PDU length word. Okay, so PDU is a packet data unit. PDU is the packet data unit. Okay, that means it indicates length of payload. Okay, so including 32-bit CRC of a payload. So how much payload, that is user data, is combined within this particular frame is indicated by this PLW. Okay, so how much data we can attach in a single frame. So maximum of 4096, maximum of 4096 is the size of payload. Okay, out of which 32-bit of CRC. So user data will be 4096 minus 32. Okay, that comes around 4064. So 4064 are user data and 32 bits are CRC. So that is used for error correction and error detection or error checksum, CRC. So that is indicated by PLW. Okay, so this is the maximum value we can get. Okay, so you can use any other number of bits for payload up to maximum 4096. So you can use 1000 also. So out of which 32 will be of CRC, बचे हुए 968 will be your user data. So at max 4096 तक आप जा सकते हो. So that is the meaning of PLW. Okay. Then the next field is PSF. Let's see what is PSF. So PSF indicate PLCP signaling. PLCP signaling field. PSF is PLCP signaling field. Okay. So it is only 4-bit. Here you can see 4-bit. So it has a fixed defined meaning. So now it indicates the data rate of the payload. So we have seen different data rates are supported. 1 Mbps is mandatory and 2 Mbps is optional. Okay. Now modern day wireless LAN are also capable of higher data rates. So that is also can be indicated in this PSF. So all zeros, that is 4 bits. So all 4 bits are zeros, suppose. That indicates the data rate of 1 Mbps. Okay, 1 Mbps. If the 4 bits are 0010, that means data rate is of 2 Mbps. If all bits are 1, that means data rate is of 8.5 Mbps, which can also be supported. The maximum data rate which is supported is 8.5 Mbps. So this is not in the original standard, but nowadays 8.5 Mbps is also supported. Okay. Okay, apart from this, if any other combination is used, that is the invalid data rate indicated. Okay, so तीन ही data rate are supported, either 1 Mbps, 2 Mbps, max 8.5 Mbps, but combinations are fixed. Other than this, if anyone is using, then that leads to invalid data rate indicated. Okay, so PSF has only three type of combinations: 0000, 0010, and 1111, indicating the different data rates. Okay, then the finally there is a 16-bit HEC here, header error check जिसको कहा जाता है, which provides a protection to the header. So this HEC will protect only the header. So preamble is not protected or payload is also not protected. It is used for protecting the header part. Okay. So in transmission, if payload is corrupted, you cannot change or you cannot identify it. But if the header is changed, so it can be identified via HEC. Okay. So simple CRC mechanism is used for protection of header. So now CRC with the generator polynomial which is given here is used for protection of header. So now CRC with generator polynomial is used. So the final part is payload here. Okay. So we have discussed maximum size of payload is 4096, which will contain 32 bits of CRC 4064. Okay. So this is the payload we can have. So this is the physical layer packet format for FHSS, that is frequency hopping space spectrum. Okay. Now the third radio transmission technology, that is DSSS. Okay, that is direct sequence spread spectrum. So we know the first type was IR, infrared. Then second we have seen FHSS. Then this is the third type, that is DSSS. These two are based on frequency. Okay. So in DSSS, different networks, that is the different BSS, are separated by code rather than the frequency. So both BSSS can use either a same frequency, but their code will be different. Okay. So network separation by code and not by the frequency. So if you recall DSSS, so DSSS required a chipping sequence. अगर आपको याद है तो chipping sequence हम इस्तेमाल करते थे, and that will be XORed with the user data. So user data is XORed with the chipping sequence to obtain a signal. Okay, that is DSSS signal. This chipping Barker code is XORed with user data and will be getting DSSS signal. Okay, so chipping sequence used is nothing but the Barker code, which we have seen again in the first chapter. So in FHSS, hopping sequence was there. In DSSS, chipping sequence होता है. Okay, frequency hopping में कौन सा hopping sequence FHSS में, DSSS में chipping sequence. Then the modulation schemes are either DBPSK या DQPSK होते हैं. Okay, depending on the type of data rate that you want. So DBPSK modulation is for 1 Mbps and DQPSK is for 2 Mbps. Okay. DBPSK is stand for differential binary phase shift keying, and DQPSK stand for differential quadrature phase shift keying. Okay. Again, details of these modulation technologies are not a part of our syllabus right now. It is out of scope, so we'll not discuss that in detail. So remember, these modulation schemes are used and are different schemes. For 1 Mbps they are using DBPSK, and for 2 Mbps scheme they are using DQPSK modulation technique. Okay, since this is the code related, we are going for phase shift keying. Okay, frequency रहता था तो FSK रहता था. Okay, so if it is a frequency related, so FSK हम करते थे वहाँ पे. No, Now another important aspect is preamble and header, which is a part of your frame, is always transmitted with 1 Mbps and payload may be transmitted with 1 or 2 Mbps. Okay, so you cannot change data rate of preamble and header. So you can change the data rate of payload up to 2 Mbps. So that is the data rate. Then the finally okay, radiated power, that is similar to FHSS, 1 watt in USA, 100 milliwatt in European countries, and 1 milliwatt in Japan or rest of the countries. That is standardized by the IEEE. Okay. Again, if you observe, these are all specification of PMD. Okay. So that is PMD sublayer, the DSSS physical layer जो रहेगा. So now PLCP sublayer का हम देखते हैं. Okay. That is based DSSS based physical layer. Again, it will contain a packet format. So packet format decided by PLCP sublayer for DSSS based on physical layer is given on your screen. Again, if you observe, it contains preamble part, header part, and the payload part. Okay, so preamble fields are same, so that is of FHSS packet format, but size is different here. So now synchronization bits are changed from 80 bits to 128 bit now. So अभी ये पहले कितना था 80 bit in the case of FHSS. Okay. So as in the FHSS, these synchronization bits are used for receiver synchronization, adjusting the gain of antennas of transmitter and receiver, producing carrier sense signal. So that is the CCA, okay, and providing frequency tuning. So that is the frequency offset compensation, जिसको कहा जाता है. Okay. So same functions, only the time allowed is the larger here. So 80 bit से लेके वो अभी 128 bit तक provide किया गया है. Okay. Then next 16 bit SFD, same as data packet format for FHSS, start frame delimiter, used for frame synchronization. So first frame of trans receiver should be or should match with the or synchronize with the first frame of transmitter. So at the beginning of the frame, and the pattern is also fixed one. So these are the 16 bit used for delimiter. So at we can use from frame synchronization. So this is the different from the FHSS based SFD because the sequence is different here. Okay. Then the preamble part, which is same again, but size is larger, but the header part is now modified. Header part थोड़ा अलग है देखो. 4 field rather than the 3 field. पहले FHSS अगर आपने देखा रहेगा तो PSF field is replaced by separate fields like a signal and service. दोनों 8 bit का है. Okay, now signal field indicates data rate of payload. Okay. Similar to the PSF field, 1 Mbps, which is used for the DBPSK, and 2 Mbps, that is, and it is basically the DBPSK is indicated by 0, 0A, it is indicated by 0A. Okay, 0A means this is the hexadecimal, that means 4 zeros, and A means 0, sorry, A means 1010. Okay, so if the signal field contains these combinations, it means 1 Mbps data rate will be there and DBPSK modulation. If it contains 0x14, that means 0001, and 4 means 0100. So it indicates 2 Mbps data rate and modulation scheme will be DQPSK. Okay. So this is the signal field. FHSS में यही field PSF field करके हुआ करता था. So now it is a signal field, so which is of only 8 bits. So it is not mentioned here, but it is of 8-bit field. Okay. Now signal field is followed by the service field. So service field is of again 8-bit. So service field is reserved for future use, but it is filled with all zeros. Okay. That means 8 zeros to indicate that this particular frame is a 802.11 compliant frame. Okay, so this frame is for wireless LAN, that is indicated by all zeros. Okay, so after that, similar to PLW, length field is given here, 16-bit length field. It indicates length of the payload in microseconds. Okay, remember this length is mentioned in terms of microseconds. So now how can we mention the length in microseconds? So that means, let's say suppose 16 means the length can be 2 raised to 16 max. So let's say length mentioned is suppose 1000. Okay, so that means 1000 microseconds will be required to transmit this particular payload. Okay, likely this particular length is shown. So that indicate the length field. Okay, then it is followed by the final part of the header, that is similar to the previous physical packet format in FHSS, HEC, header error check. So it is called as HEC. It is again of 16-bit. So it protects the header. So that is signal service and length, and it is using a CRC with a generator polynomial of same that of FHSS जो हमने यहाँ पे देखा. So again payload is not protected, only header part is protected here and followed by the payload. Okay, so this is regarding the physical layer of wireless LAN with FHSS and DSSS, that is frequency hopping spread spectrum and direct sequence spread spectrum. Okay, so basically this IEEE 802.11 supports 3 different physical layers. One layer based on the infrared and 2 layers based on radio transmission, that is based on ISM band of 2.4 gigahertz. Okay, so all physical variant includes the provision of the CCA, the 2 layers that we have seen in FHSS, and second one is DSSS. So this is needed for the MAC mechanism controlling the medium access, and it indicates if the medium is currently ideal or not for sensing the carrier. Okay, the transmission technology which is used here is FSHS and DSSS.